we really have two goals that we want to set for the day. We want to keep the IRS out of your business and your business out of court. The federal law, Cobra, is really enforced by two different parts of the federal government. The IRS is the first one. They can come in and audit you. They can simply show up in your door one day, knock on the door. Dan Taylor with the IRS, I'm here to help you today. We'd like to look at all of your Cobra information. We want to check it out. And if we find that you're doing something not quite right, we'll give you a little parting gift to encourage you to fix that. And what they can do is they can tax you per violation. Does anybody know how much that tax is? If it's a single person, it's $100 a day per violation. If they come in and perform an audit, if they find a mistake, they're going to categorize that mistake. They're going to call it either reasonable cause or willful neglect. Which one of these sounds just a little bit better than the other one? Reasonable cause, right? If you fall into that category with your mistake, they could waive the penalty. But if you're under the willful neglect side, they're not going to. When do we offer Cobra? There is a magic formula that we need to follow. And it's interesting, a lot of times I get phone calls from people that have Cobra questions, and they're about 5 steps down the road, and it turns out that what they're talking about wasn't even a Cobra event in the first place. You got to have two things. There are two components here. There must be an event, and it must cause a loss of coverage. Sometimes you have a loss of coverage and no event. Sometimes you have an event and no loss of coverage. For it to be Cobra, you've got to have both. If there is a divorce or a dependent child ceasing to be a dependent, they are responsible for telling you that that event has occurred. But what's the trick? They have to tell you about these two events, but you have to what? You have to tell them that they have to tell you. If you don't tell them that they have to tell you about these two events, then they don't have to tell you. Make sense?